So good morning all, this is Jagriti and I'm host for today's session. Today we'll discuss on topic of EDI. Moving further, let me introduce about my company to you. So Simtrax is into enterprise software solutions. We having 30 plus years of industry experience. We are into technological innovation to fulfill customer needs and we have 3000 plus customers across different sectors with almost 7 years of average of customer loyalty. We are having headquarters in Los Angeles and global presence, having offices worldwide. In India, we have the office in Mumbai and Pune for APAC region. Moving further, let's set up context for today. So global EDI market is expected to double in next 6 years and EDI remains at the heart of business for organizations throughout the world for more than last 3 decades. And its relevance is set to grow as we move ahead in the year of 2021. We all are aware, like in almost every industry, the COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated digital transformation initiatives. So for today's discussion will revolve around EDI. We'll discuss basic steps, components, and architecture of an EDI. Also, we'll discuss basic benefits, cost, and considerations while going for EDI. And then we'll discuss business cases of EDI using Compleo. Now let's discuss in detail. So what is an EDI? So EDI, which is electronic data interchange, is the computer-to-computer exchange of business documents in a standard electronic format between business partners. So let's discuss current process with human intervention. So you might be receiving orders from the customers either through phone calls or through emails or through hard copies. If you're receiving orders through phone calls, then you have to maintain Excel for that. If you're receiving orders through emails, then you have to segregate every purchase order customer-wise in different folders. If it's through courier, then you have to scan it and again you have to save it in respective folder. Then your team has to create the sales order in different ERPs or applications. Then you have to create invoice, then you have to send that invoice to your customer and the process is continuous. Now, using EDI, the process will look like this. So as per the definition, it's a computer-to-computer, so no paper and no people involved. Now, this is a classical definition of EDI. So using Compleo, which is our principal product, we can add multiple levels in it. That will be without any manual intervention with end-to-end automation and digitization. That will also we'll discuss in detail. Now moving further, each term in this definition is significant. Now we'll discuss each term in detail. So the most common documents exchanged via EDI are purchase orders, invoices, advance ship notices, etc. Nowadays, people are using other documents as well. The second terminology, which is a standard electronic format, says EDI documents like are transmitted from computers rather than humans. So standard electronic format must be used so that like computer can able to read and understand the data. So when two businesses decide to exchange documents, EDI documents, they must agree on the specific EDI standard and version. Also, the exchange of EDI documents is typically between two different companies referred as a business partner or trading partner. You might be aware of the EDI concept, but you might be thinking why you should have to adopt this EDI in your business processes. That also we will discuss in detail. Before that, let's have a quick poll. So do you use EDI for any of your business processes? Option is yes, and second option is no. I request you to cast your vote. You might have the different processes like PO to SO creation or ASN process or invoicing process likewise. So I will wait for a few more seconds. Yeah, thank you so much for your voting. Moving further, now these are top 6 questions you have to ask yourself while before adopting EDI. So first question is, has your customer and vendor ecosystem started using EDI? So if your customer already trading digitally, then there will be pressure on your organizations to meet trading conditions. So as per the research, digital transformation include faster time to market, which is 36%, and meet changing customer expectations, which is a 35%. The second question, do you want to reduce your B2B trading cost? So if you're still using manual processes, then moving with EDI will simply reduce trading cost. And as per the research, it will be reduced, means trading cost will be reduced by 35%. And moving further, third questions, do you exchange a large number of business documents? It could be invoices, purchase order, ASNs. So depending upon your document volume, you can decide whether you have to adopt EDI or not. Moving further, question number 4, do you want to reduce your order to cash and purchase to pay cycle time? So EDI transactions have been proven to reduce your business cycle time over 60%, and within order to cash cycle, EDI can reduce time to payment by 20% while improving relationship with your customers. Moving further, question number 5, do you want to optimize your inventory levels? So by sending EDI transactions, you can shorten order processing and delivery time. So inventory levels can be reduced and higher percentage of accurate order. That means there is a less need to carry excess stock in your supply chain. Also here, I would like to mention, like EDI records all the transactions. So you can analyze the performance to plan your optimum inventory level. Moving further, the last question, do you want to improve visibility and transparency in your supply chain? So in 2019 KPMG survey, 93% of supply chain executives put end-to-end supply chain visibility at the top of their priority list. So if you answer yes to any or all of the question above, then you are ready to adopt EDI. Moving further, now we'll discuss components of an EDI system. First component is the EDI standard. So EDI standards are the communication protocols set by a particular country or group company, or it will be within your trading partners as well. Then second component, which is an EDI translation software or EDI mapping software. So basically it will convert document into EDI document using EDI standards, and those documents then will be transmitted to your business partner using communication network, which is a value-added network. Then we'll discuss what is a value-added network. So value-added network, which is a third-party service provider, so that manages data communication for the businesses and that exchange electronic data with your business partner. So basically it routes the transaction to your final recipient. Moving further, now we'll discuss architecture of an EDI. So here I would like to also discuss basic steps in EDI process. So first is the preparation of the electronic document. So at the left-hand side, you can see the sending company. So sending company will prepare the documents from their ERPs or applications. It could be your invoices, purchase order, etc. Then second step is the outbound translation. So as per the standard followed by both the parties, document will be converted into that format. Because from ERP, your ERP format might not be into that standard EDI format. So using EDI translator, document will be converted into EDI format as per the EDI standard. Then third step is a communication. So after converting document into EDI format, then using EDI network service provider, which is a VAN, document will be transmitted to business partner and vice versa. Then third, which is an inbound translation. So trading partner receives the document and acknowledgement is sent to the originating organization. Now moving further, I will discuss cost of an EDI. So you can adopt EDI with in-house or through third-party service provider, which is a value-added network. So for that, EDI software, communication softwares, EDI transmission methods, mapping and translation software, EDI mapping and specialists, ongoing upgrade, supports and maintenance is required. With third-party service provider, which is a VAN, you can have with pay-as-you-go, you can have the monthly payment cycle, or you can have the annual subscription cycle. Here, Simtrax will act as a value-added network, and we have the annual subscription policy. Let's have a quick poll. So has your customer or vendor ecosystem already adopting EDI? So first option is a yes, second is no. If yes, then we can discuss in detail like at the end of this webinar. I request to cast your vote. If your answer is no, still also if you have any queries, that also we can address. Yeah, I will wait for a few more seconds. Yeah, thank you so much for your voting. Moving further, now we'll discuss business cases of EDI using Compleo. first business case, we will discuss how we have transmitted their invoices to the supplier, which is for business case from the paint industry. Second business case, which is e-invoicing to the IRP portal. Third, PO2 automation. And fourth, EDI with authorized platform with XML. Now, this business case is from the paint industry. So they are using our complete solution for digital signature. They are using HSM for that. Now, after that, they want to transfer the digital signed document to their customer system using API. Now, here I would like to mention another important information. Like before using Complio, they have the solution for digital signature, which are they are developed with ABAP programming with HSM. But they have faced challenges like once they save the document into the folder, the signature were disappearing. So we resolved that issue. The process is like from SAP, their SAP user are simply process a document from their SAP. These documents are captured in Complio through SAP certified connector. And then documents are signed centrally using HSM. After that, we are sending this digital signed document through email and we are sending for printing as well at remote locations. Now, after that, this document, their customer want to have it to their portal. So we have converted into required format, which is a hexadecimal format. And through given API, we have transferred this document to their customer system. In this way, we help them to resolve their issue in the digital signature process, and we have provided them end-to-end automated solution using EDI. Moving further, now we'll discuss another business case, which is a PO2SO process. Now on the screen, you can see it. This is the information flow without EDI. You might be receiving purchase order through emails, then your team has to segregate it in different folders and you have to check it as per your contract with your customer. If price is matching, you have to check other parameters as well. So if it's a verified PO, then your team has to create sales order. If it's unverified PO, then PO will be on hold and you have to do the further process accordingly. Now using Complio, now we'll discuss how we can automate this process using EDI. So at point number 1, customer can process purchase order from their ERPs and provide it to Complio through ERP integrated approach or through client approach, like they can save it from ERP or we can capture it using Complio gateway or web-based application of Complio. So this process could be manual or automated. After that, predefined template will be applied and sales order will be created in ERP. Further to add, we can convert data into Excel and XML for further usage as well. Now let's see the demonstration in detail. Now this is your environment as a vendor side. This is the vendor SAP system. Now we will check what is the last sales order is created. Now you can see on the screen 15975. This last sales order is created. Now we'll check in the SAP. What is the next sales order? Now you can see here, I will use transition code VA03 in SAP. Now this sales order, which is a 15975, this is already created. Now we'll check for next sales order, which is a 15976. This sales order is not created in SAP. Now I will show the purchase order. Now this purchase order, Complio will be captured at from your customer side. You can have the multiple line items as well. Now, as I mentioned, either through automated way or through manual way, we can capture the purchase order from Complio, in Complio. Now you can see here, this is a web-based Complio gateway where customer can upload the purchase order, and that purchase order will be captured in Complio, and then sales order will be created. Now, once sales order is created, you will get the notifications over email. Now, here I would like to add an important point. We can do the condition checks as well. If purchase order price on the PDF is not matching with the price in SAP, then sales order will not be created in SAP. If it's matching, then sales order will be created in SAP. If you have different conditions, we can do that as well. Now you can see on the screen, email has come. Now 15976, this sales order is created in SAP. Now we will go and we will check in SAP. You can see on the screen. Let me refresh this. Now you can see this sales order is created in SAP. Now here further to add, if you want to send this sales order for the approval to the authorities, then we can send that as well. So authority can approve this document from anywhere and any device. And if you want to update the field back in SAP, we can do that as well. So this is a peer-to-S automation with EDI process. Moving further, let's discuss another business case, which is invoicing. You might be aware, like in India, Indian government put mandate to the organizations having turnover more than 50 crore to validate their invoices to their portal. So at left-hand side, the supplier, that is URN. So for SAP and IBM, we have the certified integration. For other ERPs or applications which allows API integration, we can integrate using API connector, or we can use SFTP approach as well. So at a supplier side, they can simply process the document from the ERPs. It will be captured in Complio. After that, the mandatory format is the JSON. So documents will be converted into JSON format, and then they will be uploaded to the IRP portal using given API. Now on IRP portal, necessary checks will be done. If some data is missing or some duplications are there, then the respective team will be notified. For write JSON, you will get write JSON output back. Now JSON is not into printable format, so we will convert into printable format, which is a PDF, and we will display QR code, then IRA number, available details accordingly. If we want to have then JSON data and that PDF, we will push back in your ERP. Also, we can transmit that data to your customer system as well. So in this way, this is an end-to-end automation with EDI. Moving further, now we'll discuss EDI with authorized platform. So the right-hand side, you can see the seller, and the left-hand side, you can see the buyer. So now seller will process the document, and the buyer can access this document and receiving it. Now, the important is a paper platform is used to exchange the information, and the computer will help you in that. So information flow happens through predefined XML format. Moving further, now let's discuss benefits of EDI in detail. So first, reduction in paperwork. So there's a lot of paper documents are replaced with electronic documents. So there is a huge reduction in paperwork. Then second, elimination of manual errors. So we have seen P2SO process. So if this process is manual at your end, then there might be chances of the manual errors. So using EDI, we can completely eliminate the manual errors. Then third, reduce processing time. Then fourth, electronic form of data. So it is quite easy to transfer and share the data when it is present in the electronic format. Then fifth, cost effective. So as time is saved and orders are processed very effectively, EDI proves to be highly cost effective. The sixth, standard means of communication. So EDI enforces standards on the content of data and its format, so which leads a clearer communication. And it helps to build better relationship with your trading partner, and it gives your company a competitive advantage, and many more. Now moving further, now we will discuss some considerations which are external triggers as per the market demands. So also here, you can ask few questions to yourself before initiating any EDI program. So for example, in FMCG industry or in auto industry, there is a tremendous amount of document volume is handled every day. So where vendors receiving purchase order from the customer on daily basis, and where EDI can comes into picture. So considerations like, are an increasing number of your trading partners deploying EDI? Are they pressuring you to become EDI capable? Is your businesses under pressure to improve business performance while controlling cost? Or is EDI becoming industry standard in your line of business? Moving further, there are some considerations which are internally triggered about your business transactions. So which are your most paper intensive business transactions? Which of your business transactions involve the most trading partners? And which of your business transactions are most time intensive or time sensitive? And which of your business transactions would most easily become EDI capable? Now the considerations about your business partners. So which of your trading partners have the highest volume of transactions? And which trading partners do you want to have the long-term business association? And if your trading partners already using EDI, if they, then which EDI solution they are using? Now let's have a quick poll. So which type of documents do you think is potential for EDI within your organization? First option, purchase document, then second, sales document, then third, logistic documents, and none of the above. You might have the other considerations as well, like high document volume, manual intervention, paperwork, like that. So I request you to cast your vote. I will wait for a few more seconds. Yeah, thank you so much for your voting. Now we'll see which is the important considerations about implementation of EDI. So will you develop your EDI in-house, or you will select third-party service provider like Simtrax? Moving further, let's take a glance on our customers. So we have 3,000 plus customers across different sectors, and we are not an industry-specific solution provider. So in manufacturing industry, we are the customers like Asian Paints, Volkswagen, Volvo, Bridgestone, Ford, etc. In finance industry, we are the customers like Citibank, HSBC, etc. In FMCG and food industry, we are the customers like Coca-Cola, Bacardi, Haribo, etc. In pharma industry, we are the customers like Himalaya, Pfizer, etc. And in other industries, we are the customers like Dainik Bhaskar, Times Publishing Group, etc. So if you decided to go for EDI, some factors that will helpful and will influence your decision. So Compleo is actually an admin tool. There is no any programming efforts are required. As I mentioned during the webinar, we have SAP and IBM certified integration with other ERPs. We can integrate using API connector. So in short, it's a one-stop solution for automation and digitization with multi-channel distribution. Also here, I would like to add more points, like we're not restricted only for EDI and processes automation. We have the other applications such as customized reporting, document reformatting, digital signature, e-signature, workflow solution, and storage and retrieval solution, website solution, and many more. So in this way, Compleo can add value to your existing ERP setup, and this is for sure. So if you have any queries for any of your business processes, challenges, if you want to discuss, then we can discuss right now. You can simply text us in the chat window, and we are happy to answer you. And if you want to schedule the demonstration with your business team or your different stakeholders, we are happy to do that. So you can let us know your convenient time. So thank you so much for your valuable time in this webinar, and we are open for the questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jagrati, for the wonderful webinar session. I hope it was beneficial to the attendees today. Just one confirmation, Jagrati, can you please confirm if I'm properly audible to you?
Yeah, Tejas, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the confirmation. So we have some questions here that I'll go through one by one, and I'll try to answer them. Meanwhile, I'll also request the attendees to put up questions in the chat box if there are any. So let's begin. So the first question we have is, are there any infrastructure prerequisites needed before implementing an external EDI solution? So now this prerequisites will depend on solution to solution, that what the demand. Talking specifically about our solution, so whatever, if it's an on-prem solution that you buy, then the prerequisites for hosting the software which are required will be there. And the other prerequisites are more on the side of requirement from the other side of the from the entity who's on the other side of the chain, so that's your customer or vendor. Otherwise, there are no specific infrastructure requirements as such. Do you offer an EDI as an exclusive solution, or does it come together with your document management solution? Is the next question. So we offer it as a standalone solution as well as in integration with our document management solution. So it's a choice that you can make while going ahead. The next question that we have here is, how do I know which EDI method is best suited for my business? Okay, so now here, when we say about method, so either the channel used or the method used or the extent of automation used totally depends on the kind of requirement you have. So this is something which has to be discussed in detail before answering. So if you there is any specific business case, you can let us know and we can get together for a discussion and we can help you out to answer this question. Next question is, do you also offer a cloud-based EDI solution? Yes, of course, we offer that, wherein documents could be uploaded using our cloud-based functionality, and they could be processed and transmitted to the other end. In return, you could also get an acknowledgement for the successful transmission of the document. The next question we have here is, what type of EDI implementation options do you provide? So in terms of hosting, it's on-prem and cloud both. And in terms of data transfer, it could be either through an API call or through a SFTP or FTP system, or through the other systems which are standard to EDI. Next option is, will there be any security concerns in using your EDI solution? So there are no any specific security concerns which come in per se, because it's a system to system communication. So at no level any unauthorized person can, or even the authorized person can take access, because it's a machine to machine flow of data. All the access or the details which have to be checked by the authorized person will either be after the process or before the process. So during the process, there is complete security available, and that is not something to be really worried about. The next question we have here is, will outsourcing an EDI solution prove more expensive in the long run? So that depends on what kind of a solution do you have, because when we say it's an outsourced solution, you have more ease of getting things implemented and parallel things working at the same time, and ease of change management, etc. When you take it in-house, these things could be easier as compared to outsourced. Only if you have put in enough resources in terms of infrastructure, human resources, and other required resources. So that depends on situation whether it turns out to be expensive or cheaper as compared to the outsourcing of the solution. The next question we have here is, how many EDI standard files are supported? XML, JSON, etc. So there are multiple file formats that we can support. So it could be through an XML file, it could be through a CSV file, or it could be simply a PDF transmitted in an encrypted format via the API standard, a base64 file, hexadecimal file. There are multiple formats we support. So if there is something specific, that you can let us know. I request the attendees to put up the questions in the chat box if there are any. So I hope I have answered all the questions asked so far. So I request the attendees to put up the questions in the chat box. So Jagati, I'll be there to answer the questions for some more time. Until then, you can take over.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tejas. So the webinar recording will be provided to you, and so you can discuss with your team as well. Also, I would like to show you the demonstration as per your convenience next week. So we are online for a few more minutes. You can let us know if you have any queries, either on this webinar, like on this EDI webinar, if you have any questions in terms of processes automation, customized reporting, document reformatting, workflow, then we are happy to address you.
We request the attendees again to put up the questions in the chat box if there are any. Okay, so one more question we have here is, how easy is it to handle the change requests which keep coming because of changing business scenarios? So it should, the beauty of using at least our solution is that there's a lot of flexibility and ease of changing the setup. So in case there are any change requests based on the business, changing business requirements, the same could be easily adopted and implemented in the solution. So it's not a time consuming task. With a short prior notice, we could easily get it done. I request the attendees to put up questions if there are any.
Yeah, and they can simply send us email as per their challenges in terms of their business processes. So we can revert on email accordingly as well.
Yeah. Okay. So Javanti, I don't see any questions coming up. Still will be there online for a few more minutes, and until then, over to you for conclusion. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time. So we are waiting for more questions. If not, then we are this recording of this webinar will be shared. And for any queries further, you can discuss internally with your business team, and you can simply send us email, and then we can discuss ahead. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for your time.